Welcome to Embodied Ascension with Nikki Who. Today we are talking about star seeds and some common challenges that you might go through during your ascension journey and what it is that you're really here to do. So many of you who are in the spiritual space, you do resonate that there is something outside of us that is much bigger than what we know our current reality to be. And I kind of had this awareness back in 2019 when I was in my corporate job, and I just had this moment that this can't be all there is, And for me, it was about like this notion of freedom and what life was supposed to look like. And I did not envision myself being in a corporate job until the day I retired. And I just knew there had to be something more, which kind of led me on an entrepreneurial journey to figure out what my life purpose was. And it was this deep drive that what my career path was had to align to something that I was feeling inside of myself. Like it had to have meaning. And it was this search for meaning that led me down to the path that I am in today. So, what I've noticed from my personal experience was that I wasn't introduced to a lot of the Starseed content through social media or anything like that. My journey was through my entrepreneurial path, meaning that as I built my business, I met people along the way who reflected back to me some of the spiritual gifts that I didn't remember I had. And it was through the intrigue of their experiences that I decided to take their course. And from taking their course, I kind of remembered my gifts. My first course I ever took was a healing course. I got certified in like 13 different healing modalities from that course. And it opened up my spiritual channels to help me connect to the other side, right? Because during healings, I was getting visions, and it was through this first initial connection that I was getting visions that I was seeing something outside of the norm. And you guys, like, you can call it intuition, you can call it like spiritual guidance or just visions, channeled visions. And it led me into the next step, which from the same person that I took the healing course from, she was also a psychic, and she told me that this is the next person I'm meant to work with. And um, the next person I was meant to work with did inner child healing and dream interpretation. And through his program, his dream symbols told us what our higher purpose is. Although his main theme was that your dreams also tell you what you need to heal. So that's the next theme for Star Seeds, is that we are here with collective wounds and karmic patterns that from our ancestry, from past lives, from this life in childhood, that we are meant to transmute. And when we go through our own healing, we are raising the consciousness of the collective. We are raising our own consciousness. And as a byproduct, by us showing up differently in a higher vibrational state, we inspire others to align to their higher self, to their highest way of being, and even their own awakening. And so that was the beginning, was okay, I learned something about healing, and now I'm being really immersed in healing some of the base foundational wounds that I've developed in childhood, which creates the theme that is going to unfold in my life. Inner child healing, especially mother wounds, was something that I focused on a lot because I had a lot of ancestral energies that I had to clear. a lot of karmic patterns from my mother's side. And me being the first daughter and me being the oldest daughter, right? The oldest in the family, I was black sheep and I inherited all of my family and ancestral trauma to transmute. So you might have this experience of I'm a starseed, I am highly empathic due to my trauma that I've experienced. I'm also very sensitive, and I know I'm here to heal these family patterns that I have. Okay. And then next thing was I entered into a program for channeling. And through channeling, I really strengthened my higher chakras. And I was able to get more clear and more confident in my channeling abilities. Now, I also worked with my friend who was, I would call her a healer and an activator because when I worked with her, her team kept saying, we are opening up your spiritual gifts. We are opening up your spiritual gifts. And I did not know what my spiritual gifts are. They just opened up a ton of my spiritual gifts. Fast forward to today, which is 3 years after the healing course that I took, I realized that I'm an activator, meaning I hold the keys to help other people remember who they are, what their spiritual gifts are, and how to use them, right? And so all star seeds are here for um, their personal mission. And I'll say personal because not everyone who is a star seed wants to be a healer or wants to like or is meant to work with the public. Some of you are grid workers, some of you work with nature, some of you hold energy um, in specific areas where you are located. You are here to transmute energy and you're just here to be the beacon of light for other people. So, whatever your personal mission is, you will feel resonant with it and it will come to you over time. The drive, your intuitive guidance will guide you into the next experience. So if you have this like inner drive of, oh my goodness, I would love to learn about the Akashic records, that could be one of your gifts. Or that could be a vehicle to opening up the awareness as to why you're here. Um, so that was the experience for me. I felt like I wanted to take the channeling course. I had no idea whatsoever that I would be channeling higher frequencies and higher dimensional wisdom and connecting to higher dimensional beings to channel through new wisdom, wisdom of new earth. And not only is it new wisdom, it really is ancient wisdom, but it's higher dimensional wisdom that has existed on other planes. So, my understanding and what I have been given is that I'm here to activate other star seeds, right? Like that is one of my roles. Another one of my roles that came through was to create different ways that people receive these activations through art, for example, right? And so that's like another one of my spiritual gifts. And I feel on a more personal level, as a star seed, of course, I'm here to transmute my ancestral trauma and connect to my galactic remembrance, but also be anchored into the 3D experience. And you can find out a lot about this too in astrology. I found out a lot of like my themes, like my personal themes, when I connected to my astrology chart, because it told me like I was a very independent person in a past life. And even though my business is very pioneering, like my public image and my public role is leadership and pioneering a new innovative way of being. My North Node, where my soul is headed, is all about Libra. It's all about harmony and balance and It's in the fourth house, which is about family and emotional foundations. And so not only did I transmute um, some of the things in my ancestral lineage, but I'm here to establish new ways of being for my family, right? And so family has become a really big part of my soul, of fulfilling why my soul is here. So you will have your personal themes, whether you are meant to be a healer, an activator, a channel, whether you're meant to be famous or work at a grassroots level, work in your community, or just be in your family to be the change. Um, there are some common themes that I am seeing, and this is because collectively we are moving into a more heart-centered space. So a lot of star seeds are very creative, very empathic, very intuitive. Um, a lot of star seeds do feel that connection that they are here for a bigger purpose. And so, searching for your purpose and searching for your remembrance is going to be a really big driver in your life. You have this desire to heal, you have this desire for peace, you feel like you don't fit in, you feel like you stand out in terms of maybe your beliefs or just the way that you are, right? We as starseeds, we actually experience a lot of duality inside of us. And this is something that I saw for myself. I realized that I had a really big drive and ambition and desire to like do something meaningful and purposeful in life. But at the same time, like my external the way that you perceive my energy, you may feel that I am very like soft. I'm very much in my feminine. And for a long time, I didn't identify with that. It was like a conflicting energy inside of me. Again, because I'm very driven. Um, and when I am aligned, things happen very fast. Like I am the go-getter, I am the doer. But the way that people experience my energy, it's very Libran qualities, very harmonious, very balanced. And this is where we're moving as a collective, by the way. So many of you will feel the resonance that you are here to be spiritual. You are here to be intuitive. You are here to be empathic. You are here to be soft and gentle and feminine and creative and in flow. Like these are things that you generally, genuinely crave. You crave freedom. And so your challenges that you will experience on your journey is this constant evolution of who you are, your identity, right? Your way of being and expressing in the world will change. Um, you are going to be in a more heart-centered space. And the challenge with that is the ego will continuously dissolve. When the ego dissolves, the world seems like it's crumbling. Relationships fall away, careers fall away, things that you used to enjoy fall away. And it could be very hard on the ego because you have identified with those stories and those beliefs and those patterns for so long, right? And we go through these periods of death and rebirth where things just don't make any sense. You have no idea where your life is headed. You have no idea what's going on. All of these shadows are coming up and they're really heavy. They're like replaying stories of your past over and over and over again. And you're like, I thought I healed that. Why is that coming up again? And it's because some of um, these challenges that we have are meant to unfold in layers. So the next time we process it, it's a deeper layer of maybe the same underlying frequency, but that same frequency of abandonment, of betrayal, of um, anything else. I can't think of anything right now, but the same frequency that you've experienced of hopelessness, for example, will help you align to deeper and deeper levels of self-love and acceptance. And when we can accept ourselves at our lowest points, is how we transmute and see and acknowledge these feelings so that we can transcend even higher. So I hope that resonates with you, and I will see you in the next episode.